Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Charlotte, and in today's video I'll be doing a reading wrap up of all the books I read in the month of March 2025, and this will be my rating and reviews. Okay, so obviously you're like, Charlotte, it is not March. Yeah, so I had a New Year's resolution for my channel to post a reading wrap up every single month, and I have no idea how, but I literally forgot to make one for March, and I still can't believe that. I posted a lot in March, every other week like I usually do, and I completely forgot about the reading wrap up, and I asked you guys, and you guys are like, I'd still like to see it, so here we are. And in the month of May or June, whenever this is posted, I am filming a March reading wrap up. But yeah, you guys didn't get to see these books, and I still want to share them with you guys, and these videos are just a great way for you guys to find more clean books to add to your TBR, so I feel like it's okay. And hopefully you still enjoy this video even though it's not March. Let's just go ahead and get started with the books that I read in the month of March. Okay, the first book that I read in the month of March 2025 was The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Or Fitzgerald, I clearly don't know how to read, but I rated this a 4.25 star. I read this for school, and yeah, it was an accurate representation of what life was like in the roaring 20s, but I would recommend it to an older crowd because basically the whole point of the book was cheating on your spouse and making bad decisions and everyone dying. So yeah, that's just kind of all I have to say for that book. I feel glad that I read it because it's like a required reading book and I feel smarter, but I really wasn't sure what I was trying to learn from that book. So yeah, that's all I got for you for that one. Okay, taking a very different turn, I read Marisol by Gary Soto from the American Girl collection. This is one of the original Girl of the Years. I'm just talking American Girl fan right now, but yeah. So I read Marisol. This was cute. It was one of the older first American Girl books to be written. It wasn't anything special. I rated it a 3.5 stars. I didn't even write a review on it. I just wrote cute, not my favorite AG book, but I liked the dance aspect. That's really all I can say. It was shallow, there wasn't much going on, but she did like to dance, and I liked a little bit of Mexican culture you learned from this in Mexican ballet, and it was pretty cool. Okay, now this book I could ramble about for a long time. This was indeed my first 5-star of the month of March. This is Pictures of Hollis Woods by Patricia Riley Giff, and this actually does have a Newbery Honor Book Award, which is super cool. This has been on my shelf for a while because it was recommended to me by some friends who are probably watching this. Thank you so much for recommending this to me. And I finally read it. It was a really short book and I loved it. It follows Hollis, who is an orphan, and she's staying with an old lady, and she finally learns that she's found the family she's looking for, and it's also going back to flashbacks from the perfect family she had been a part of and what that encompassed and how she lost them. And it is just so sad. There's so many sad parts. I actually almost cried in this book, which I never do in books, but the ending was so sweet. If you want a sad book with a good ending where everything comes together, it was so good. There were some powerful lines, and I feel like there was just so many hidden messages in this book that I loved reading. I describe this as insightful, beautiful, and emotional, and I really liked how the timelines are told separately, but they merge together in the end for that sweet ending. In bonus, because it has a movie on Tubi, which is awesome. So yes, go read this book. I really liked it, and I felt like it was a great book, so easy to understand, and a 5-star. Hi guys, so it's Editing Char, and I just realized that my footage for another book that I read in the month of March got deleted. I don't even know how, but basically what I was talking about was another book that I read. It was a picture book that was sent to me to read and review, and it was called Trusting Timothy, A Story About Cheating. I did rate that one a 5 stars, and I have a whole review out for that you guys can check out if you want as well. Okay, so the next book that I read is The Rose Legacy by Jessica Day George. I actually really enjoyed this one. According to my Goodreads, I rated it a 4.75 stars, but I feel like I'd probably round it down to a 4.5 star just because there were a few parts that felt a little bit slow to me. But I really liked the atmosphere, and as somebody who doesn't like to read about animals, I actually enjoyed the bit of horse content that we get in this book. I felt like it was such a refreshing kingdom system that they had going in this fantasy, and I felt like their writing was really good for modern writing. There were some vocabulary words that I was like, wow, that was just a great word choice, and I felt like as much as I did enjoy the story, I was very much drawn to the writing style and how the story was executed itself through the writing, and I really enjoyed that, and that is why I rated it so high. And yeah, I'm a big fan of Jessica Day George. I read her Castle Glower series all the way through, and I'm on a reread of it right now. So kind of coming to this series a little bit later in my life, I did enjoy it. I really enjoyed reading her writing again, and it just wasn't as good as Tuesdays at the Castle in the whole Castle Glower series, but I did still really enjoy this, and yeah, I think you should definitely go and check it out if you're a middle grade or YA reader. Okay, so next we have the first book in the Via La Vie series, Via La Vie and the Friendship Code. Again, this was another book that was sent to me to read and review, and I'm so thankful I had the opportunity to read this. I actually have a review up on my channel where I review both books in the series, and I'm really proud of how the thumbnail turned out for that, so please go and watch that video. And I give a basically in-depth review on this, but I did enjoy it. I rated this one a 4.75 stars. I felt like it was cute, and I liked the STEM science aspect of this book as well. Okay, so we have another book for school. This was A Wrinkle in Time. I love how the cover's shiny, and I did really enjoy this book. I was thinking it was going to be a 5-star from the beginning, and I was disappointed when it wasn't, but I still did rate it really high. I rated it a 4.25 overall. It was a 6 stars for the afterword. I know that's so funny, but the foreword and the afterword were 6 stars, and a 4-star for the story, so I rated it a 4.25 star overall, and I did enjoy this one. This did not feel like a book that you would have to read for school. It definitely felt like a really great fantasy book that had some sci-fi at the beginning, but it did take place on a dystopian planet for a chunk of the story as well, which I thought was really cool and kind of had the OG dystopian feel that I feel like books from today, like Matched or The Hunger Games, are kind of based off of. And it did remind me of the Mysterious Benedict Society dystopian aspect at times. But my favorite part of the story was the way the author wrote the character. So yes, this is a 4.25 star after all. I would definitely recommend this. Okay, so overall, I would have to say that March was a really good reading month, and I had a good amount of 5 stars and 4 stars in this month for sure. So yeah, that is the end of this video, but remember, if you want a more in-depth review with content or just more of my thoughts on any of these books, you can check out my Goodreads where I write reviews that might be more helpful to you guys. But I really hope you enjoyed this video and you found some new books to add to your TBR. Comment down below if you read any of these and what your review was, because I love chatting about books with you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye guys!